tourism sectors, in addition to means of empowering the youth on both the political and social fronts. Some 1,300 young people from Upper Egypt's governorates will take part in the event. Several ministers and heads of political parties, along with MPs and heads of Upper Egyptian universities, are attending the different conference sessions. On the sidelines of the second monthly youth conference that is currently being held in Aswan, Nile TV's Nada Ibrahim held the following interview with Dr. Gihad Amir, Secretary General of the Arab Union for Youth Leaders Preparation.
The second monthly youth conference that's taking place in Aswan Governorate under the auspices and the attendance of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. I'm being joined right now by Dr. Gihad Amir, the Secretary General of Arab Union for Youth Leaders Preparation. Dr. Gihad, thank you so much for joining us on Nile TV. First of all, tell us more about the significance of holding this meeting in Aswan and Governorate of Aswan.
Great Friday morning to all the Egyptians from Aswan, and holding this second meeting for the National Forum for the Youth. It gives a true signal that the governorates in the south are truly in the mind and in the heart of the stakeholders and decision makers in Egypt. And the opportunity of gathering the stakeholders and the ministers, and I mean different authorities in Egypt, and the open discussions between the youth and the people in Egypt gives the opportunity for them for more confidence, for more knowledge, for more chance to participate truly in the development of their country. And indeed, we will see during the coming days how these governorates are in the mind, whereby we are talking about the social and political participation, the local authorities election that we are going to participate in, as well the SMEs project that will take part in the second meeting. And for sure we will have a presentation from different youth initiatives that will take part in the second day, inshallah.
Yes, concerning the sessions presenting by the youth, what about the sessions and what about the initiatives presenting by these youth?
Let's not talk about internally about the initiatives itself, and to be presented by the youth themselves to all the people and to all the Egyptians who are following the second meeting. But I want to tell you that truly they are getting to the deep, studying different cases and different challenges that are facing the south, because these initiatives are talking about the challenges in the south. And the governorates, I mean in general, not only Aswan. And in fact, having the great opportunity for the youth participation from Aswan, because we are into their house, hosted by them.
Dr. Gihad Amir, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nada Ibrahim also conducted an interview with Tariq Qabil, Minister of Trade and Industry, during the attendance at the conference today.
Right now by His Excellency Engineer Tariq Qabil, Minister of Trade and Commerce. Your Excellency, welcome on Nile TV International. And first of all, I want to know the importance of holding this meeting in Aswan.
I think it's a very important, first of all, it's a very important message. Upper Egypt is a very important area that we are working quite hard to develop from all aspects, from infrastructure, from a technical capability, and training and development of people, and from attracting investment. So I think this session is very important, first to tell people what we're doing and to listen from them what are the issues that we need to consider in our plans.
Concerning your session about the commerce and economy and the SMEs in Upper Egypt, what are the main topics that you will be highlighting during this session?
Several ones. One, what we have done, what's our plans in terms of industrial development and investment as well. Because, for example, we're doing a major, almost $500 million project in Qena and Sohag. So it's quite important to tell people what we're doing so they expect what's going to happen. we will be introducing the Golden Triangle, which will be a mega project for Egypt.
Yes, Your Excellency, what are the projects that the ministry is implementing in Aswan and Upper Egypt in the field of SMEs?
A lot in every governance. I mean, in Aswan, we're developing almost 50 faddan for SMEs. We have in every governance plan through SFD fund. We're doing a lot of training. We have several clusters we're working for medical plantation, for example, solar energy in Qina. So there are many projects in every governance.
Engineer Tariq Kabir, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, sir.
Also on the sidelines of the Aswan Youth Conference, Nada Ibrahim conducted the following interview with the Minister of Investment, Dalia Khurshid.
Dalia Khurshid, Minister of Investment, thank you so much for joining us on Nile TV International. First of all, tell us more about the session that you will be participating in.
We will be presenting the incentives program that we are putting in place to ensure that we get the best out of all the strategic sectors that we want to concentrate on going forward.
What are the main topics that you will be highlighting during this session?
We will be highlighting the investment opportunities within the investment map and how are we going to do a proper investment promotion plan going forward.
Yes. Finally, Dr. Dalia, what are the projects that the ministry is implementing in Aswan and what are the opportunities of investment in Upper Egypt?
Yeah, it's not only Aswan or Upper Egypt. It's a complete investment strategy that we have for Upper Egypt, and this is a complete program within the strategic sectors that we have. That is more of infrastructure and industrial as well as agriculture.
What are about the projects of investing?
This is within the complete investment map. We have a complete investment map that has all the investment opportunities that are complete and readily available with all their incentive program.
Dr. Dalia Khurshid, Minister of Investment, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nada, for those reports and those exclusive interviews for Nile TV International. Now, another news on ahead of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's participation in the African Union's 28th General Assembly. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry headed Egypt's delegation at the African Union ministerial meetings in Ethiopia. The General Assembly meetings kicked off in Addis Ababa on the 22nd of January and end on the 31st. As well as participating in the Assembly's general meetings and activities, Shoukry is expected to hold bilateral meetings with African counterparts and AU commissioners. Egypt, which has been increasingly active with the AU in the past couple of years, currently holds a seat in the AU's Peace and Security Council. Upon the directives of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the Rafah border crossing will be opened on both sides from January the 28th to the 31st. Opening the crossing will allow those stranded on either side to cross over and will also enable humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip. The 2nd Field Army killed a dangerous Takfiri element at the Mansoura checkpoint in Rafah and seized all the weapons found in his possession. On another front, law enforcement forces arrested another Takfiri leader and left a third injured. The forces had also destroyed 3 tunnels on the Rafah border with the Gaza Strip. In other news, Russia's foreign minister says upcoming Syria peace talks in Geneva have been pushed back to late February. Sergei Lavrov spoke at a meeting in Moscow with some opposition groups. Rebel factions fighting to oust President Bashar al-Assad had declined an invitation to the meeting.
Syria's foreign minister announced Friday that the next round of Syrian peace talks in Geneva has been pushed back for late February. Sergei Lavrov said in an opening a mini-summit in Moscow with state-approved representatives of the Syrian opposition that the UN-mediated talks in Switzerland previously set for February 8th will instead take place by the end of the month. Syrian rebel factions fighting to oust President Bashar al-Assad has declined an invitation to attend, raising doubts that Moscow meeting could offer any beyond another Syria discussion panel. However, some of the rebel groups fighting in Syria were represented at talks this week in Kazakhstan, brokered by Russia and Turkey, and aimed at shoring up a shaky December 30th ceasefire with Assad's forces. Those talks, which brought the armed rebel factions face to face with Assad's representatives for the first time, ended Tuesday with an agreement among Russia, Turkey and Iran, all with forces deployed